This is Yoga Nidra. This is the practice of bringing greater awareness to all layers of self to bring greater relaxation to all of these different aspects of self. Start lying down, making sure that you have plenty of padding underneath you because you will be lying down for a little while. And if you want to, you could put a pillow underneath your head and a bolster or another pillow underneath your knees. Make sure you have a blanket over you as well because you will be lying still and will probably get a little chilly. Now, once you've set yourself up and you are comfortable, think of an intention that you would like to set for your practice. This could be one word, like peace, or a mantra like peace, harmony, well-being, or joy, peace, bliss. It could be a statement in Sanskrit or in English or any other language that you know and can hearken back to quickly and easily. But something that is a phrase that is easily memorized so that you don't have to think about what it was that you decided upon. Once you have come up with a phrase, a sankalpa, a resolution for your practice, this resolution will be what you suggest to your subconscious mind as we move throughout our practice. In the state of Yoga Nidra, you are in a very suggestible, a highly suggestible state. It's called the hypnagogic state. In yoga parlance, we refer to it as the space between. This is the idea that when we are in that space between wakefulness and sleep, that our mind is actually open to possibility and that it receives information that you are giving your own mind as though it were real. So with that in mind, again, repeat your intention, your sankalpa, your resolution silently to yourself. Make sure it is a phrase that you can remember easily. And once you have come up with that intention, just move it to the side for a moment as you begin to focus more now on your physical body. And first, we're going to orient the physical body in the room or in the space that you find yourself in. So notice, first of all, how you've placed your body in space. Where are your arms and where are your legs? How is your neck aligned with the rest of your spine? Where, if your eyes were open, where would your gaze be? Directly up or slightly to the left or slightly to the right? Notice where your shoulders are and how your hips are placed. And if you notice anything about that position that you would like to change to make your body more comfortable or in better alignment, please do that now. Please turn your palms face up as well. And now look at your body in relationship to the floor and the ceiling. Look at the space between your body, the front of your body, and the ceiling above you. And look at the space between the floor and the back of your body. Now, many parts of the back body are probably truly touching the floor. And then there are other parts of your body that are facing the ground but not touching the ground. Look at that space and bring more and greater awareness to that space. And now as you take the blinders off of your perception, your mind's eye, keeping your physical eyes relaxed, look around at the walls, the left side and the right side of the room, the wall behind your head and the wall beyond the soles of your feet. And orient your body in relationship to these walls. How much space is there between your feet and the wall beneath the feet? How much space is there between your crown and the wall behind your head? How far away are you from the left side of the room, and how far away are you from the right side of the room? Where is your body in this room and in this moment? And once you have situated your body in relationship to the walls and the floor and the ceiling around you, begin to bring even greater awareness to the physical body itself. Again, making sure your physical eyes are relaxed. Come up to the vantage point of the crown of your head, looking down at your body from the crown of your head. Look down and see the forehead, your eyebrows and your eyes, the bridge of your nose, your cheekbones, your cheeks and your nostrils, your mouth, your lips, your chin, and your jawline. As you find your jaw, both sides of the jaw, draw your attention out toward your ears, finding both ears, the left ear and the right ear. And then draw from the ears, draw your awareness down into the neck, the sides of your neck, and into your throat. Find the soft part of your throat with your mind's eye. And from there, trace your attention across each side of your collarbone, to the left and to the right side, moving your awareness across the collarbones toward your shoulders, the fronts of your shoulders. From the fronts of your shoulders, draw your attention down into the inner arms, the inner elbows, the inner forearms, the inner wrists, the palms of your hands. And then draw your attention out to both thumbs, forefingers, middle fingers, ring fingers, and pinky fingers. Move your awareness around now from the pinky fingers to the backs of your hands, the part of your hands that are touching the ground or facing the floor. And become in contact with both thumbs and all of the fingers again. This time, the parts of your fingers and your thumbs that are facing the earth. From there, draw your attention into the backs of your hands, the wrists, the part of your forearm that is touching the ground, the left side and the right side. Bring your attention up to your elbows, the bony parts of the elbows this time, the triceps. And now keep drawing your awareness up to the backs of the arms and to the backs of your shoulders. Draw that line of attention across the back of your shoulders, from the left and the right shoulder toward the base of your neck. And from the base of your neck, start to draw your attention down, seeing the spine, the upper thoracic spine, your upper thoracic ribs, and your shoulder blades housed over the upper thoracic ribs. Draw greater awareness down below the shoulder blades into the mid-thoracic ribs and the mid-thoracic spine. And as though you're walking down a ladder with your mind, take those ribs and those vertebrae and really bring greater attention to them, one rib at a time, one vertebra at a time, until you walk your attention down into the lower thoracic spine, all the way down, underneath the lowest ribs. Keep walking your awareness down the lower thoracic spine. And then notice that you are now housing your attention in the lower back, between your rib cage and the top of your pelvis. Find the small of your back here, your lumbar spine. Find where your back can expand even more into the ground if you allow it to. And then draw your attention a little further down into the back of your pelvis. Alongside your sacrum, bring greater attention to the sacroiliac joints on either side of the sacrum, the back of the pelvis entirely, and out into the outsides of your hips, down through the backs of your legs, your hamstrings, the backs of your knees, your calf muscles, your Achilles tendons, and then all the way down around the back of your heel to the sole of your foot, the arch of your feet. Drawing your attention up to the balls of the feet, and then one toe at a time, or really two toes at a time, bring your attention to your pinky toes and the fourth toe, the middle toe, the second toe, and finally your big toe. As you bring your attention to your big toe, the left one and the right one, draw your attention up to the tops of your feet, the tops of your toes, and with your mind's eye, bring greater awareness even to the space between your toes. As you wrap your awareness around the tops of your feet, bring that attention and just draw it up a little further toward the lower shin, all the way up into your shin bones and into the knees. Wrap your awareness around your kneecaps. And bring your attention and awareness to your quadriceps, the fronts of your thighs. From the fronts of your thighs, bring your attention into the hip socket itself, the left one and the right one. Finding greater awareness around the femur bones as they sit in those hip sockets. From your hip sockets, draw your attention across the front of your pelvis. Find the pubic bone. Find your hip bones, the top of the front of your pelvis. And breathe into all of that space, creating greater awareness there as well. From the top of your pelvis, wrap your attention up into your lower belly, the abdominal cavity, and that space between your hips and your lowest ribs. Inhabit this space fully with your attention, with your awareness, and then begin to walk that ladder of your rib cage up, one rib at a time, the left side and the right side. Moving up the floating ribs, the part of your rib cage not attached to your sternum, with your attention. Eventually, bringing your attention up to the ribs that are attached to your sternum and finding even your sternum with your mind's eye. Draw your attention up to each rib until finally you're walking your way up your rib cage, the front of your rib cage, to once again find your collarbones. From the collarbones, draw your awareness up to the very tops of the torso, the tops of your shoulders. And then draw your awareness around the sides of your neck and toward the back of your neck. From the base of your neck to the base of your skull, bring greater attention. From the base of your skull, keep bringing that awareness up to the back of your head until you finally find yourself once again at the crown of your head. Looking down to see your entire body, seeing the front of your body with your mind's eye, but also seeing the back of your body with your mind's eye. Notice the space between the front of the body and the back of your body. Step into this space with your mind's eye and with your awareness. And repeat your intention, your sankalpa, your resolution, silently to yourself. As you repeat this intention, see the words and listen to the words. And place these words now in the space between the front of your body and the back of your body, as though this is the space where the fertile ground of the subconscious mind is located. Repeat your words, see the words, listen to the words, and plant these words in the fertile ground of the subconscious mind. For right now, somewhere between the front and the back of your body, let these words resonate and land in this fertile ground. Now, please also resolve to stay in that space between wakefulness and sleep. Not trying to stay fully conscious, not trying to even stay awake here, but hovering right above that place where you're about to drop off into sleep. Now notice your breath. And as you bring your attention to your breath, notice how the inhale feels without changing your inhale, and how the exhale feels without changing your exhale. As you inhale, bring your attention down to the pelvis. Imagine that you could breathe to and from the pelvis, independent of your nostrils, independent of your lungs. And as you inhale without changing your inhale, allow your inhale to move the pubic bone further up and the sacrum further down into the ground. When you feel the exhale happening, move the pubic bone and the sacrum closer together. When you're next inhaling, inhale, pubic bone and sacrum away from each other. Exhale, pubis and sacrum closer together. And one more time. Inhaling the two bony parts of the pelvis up and back. And exhale to bring pubic bone and sacrum closer together. And bring your attention to your sit bones. Without changing your inhale, when you notice you are next inhaling, inhale your sit bones away from each other. Exhale your sit bones toward each other. When you are ready to inhale, let the sit bones move away from each other, allowing the bones to breathe with you. Exhale, sit bones toward each other. And one more time, inhale, sit bones away from each other, the bony parts of the buttocks away from each other. Exhale, sit bones toward each other and toward the tailbone. Move your attention up to your hip bones. As you inhale, let your hip bones expand away from each other without changing your breath. Exhale, allow the hip bones to move toward each other. Inhale, expand hip bones away from each other. Exhale, hip bones toward each other. And one more time, moving those hip bones on inhale, spreading out the space between them. Exhale, bringing less space between your hip bones without changing your exhalation. Bring your attention up now to the rib cage. And as you find yourself inhaling, inhale the front of your rib cage and the back of your rib cage away from each other. Without changing your inhale, let the bones move. Exhale, ribs toward each other, back and front ribs toward each other. Inhale, front and back ribs away from each other, back ribs descending into the earth, front ribs are rising to the sky. Exhale, front and back ribs toward each other. And again, inhale, back ribs down, front ribs up. Exhale, front ribs down, back ribs up. Keeping your attention on the floating ribs, inhale the left side and the right side of your rib cage away from each other without changing your breath, without efforting your breath. Allow this subtle inhale to move your ribs away from each other to the left and to the right. Exhale, bring left and right ribs closer together. Inhale, expand to the left and the right, evenly and equally. Exhale, left side and right side hug back in toward each other and toward the spinal line. Do one more. Inhale. And a subtle exhale to bring the left side and the right side of your rib cage closer together and closer to the spine. Walk your attention up now to the sternum and the shoulder blades. As you take your next inhale, expand the sternum forward up toward the sky as the shoulder blades descend into the ground. Again, we are not trying to take a deep breath. We are allowing our very subtle breath to move our bones for us. Exhale your sternum and your shoulder blades back toward each other. Inhale, the sternum rises, the shoulder blades descend. Exhale, sternum and shoulder blades move in toward each other. Inhale, sternum rises, shoulder blades reach into the earth. Exhale, the sternum and the shoulder blades move closer together. Bring your attention into the space between the shoulder blades now, and as you take your next inhale, inhale the shoulder blades away from one another. Exhale the shoulder blades toward each other. Inhale, shoulder blades expanding away from the spine itself. Exhale, shoulder blades move toward each other and toward the spine. One more time. Inhale, let the ribs lay flat, but the shoulder blades move across the ribs away from each other. And exhale, the shoulder blades move toward each other. And now move your attention up to your collarbones. Bring your awareness to the space between that soft part of your throat. Inhale, move the left side and the right side of the collarbone away from the soft part of your throat. Exhale the collarbones toward the soft part of the throat. This is all done with a very subtle breath. Your physical eyes are relaxed. Inhale, collarbones slide away from each other. And exhale, collarbones move toward each other and toward the soft part of your throat. And once again, inhale, collarbones sliding away from one another, away from the soft part of the throat. And exhale the collarbones toward the soft part of your throat. Bring your attention up to the base of your skull. When you find yourself inhaling, again, this very subtle inhale, inhale the base of the skull up off of the top of your spine. As you exhale, let the base of the skull come to rest very gently again onto the top of the spine. Inhale, lift the skull off the top of the spine. Not with your muscles, just with your breath. Exhale, allow the skull to move closer to the top of the spine. And one more time, as you find yourself inhaling, think of the skull floating up away from the top of your spine. Exhale as you bring the skull back toward the top of the spine. Now bring your attention into the skull itself. As you inhale, allow your skull to breathe with you. Expand the bones of the skull on the in-breath away from the center line. And when you find yourself exhaling, contract the bones of the skull toward the very center of the brain. Inhale, expand the skull. You allow your skull to breathe with you. Exhale, contract the bones of the skull back toward the brain itself, back toward the very center of your head. And do that one more time. Inhale, let the skull breathe, let the skull expand. And a very subtle exhale to let the skull come back to where it was a moment ago. Bring your attention now to the very top of the crown of your head, maybe even above the crown, just slightly above the crown. And now as you keep your attention to the crown, also bring your attention to the tailbone. As you take your next inhale, move the crown of your head and the tip of your tailbone away from each other. Exhale, allow the crown and the tip of the tailbone to move toward each other. Inhale, expand the space between the crown of your head and the tip of the tailbone. Exhale, let the crown and the tip of the tailbone move closer together. And one more time, inhale, expand, crown up, tailbone moves away from the crown. And exhale to bring the tailbone and the crown toward each other and toward the center of the body. And now look at all of the space between all of these bones. Repeat your intention silently to yourself. See the words as you repeat them. Hear the words as you repeat them. And now feel the feeling behind these words. And let these feelings, this sound, and the look of the words themselves reverberate somewhere in the space between all of these bones. As though this is where the location of the subconscious mind is. As though this is the space where we can plant these suggestions and the mind can receive these suggestions. Repeat your sankalpa silently to yourself. See the words, hear the words, feel the feeling behind these words. And let your sankalpa land in the fertile ground of the subconscious mind, located somewhere between the bones. Repeat your intention to stay in the space between wakefulness and sleep as we move into the next layer of our practice. Bring your attention back down to your tailbone and back up to the crown of your head. And with your mind's eye, begin to trace a line of awareness from the tip of your tailbone up through your sacrum, up into the small of your back, your lumbar spine, all the way up the lower thoracic vertebrae, the mid-thoracic vertebrae, and the upper thoracic vertebrae, coming up to the base of the neck. Once you reach the base of your neck, draw your attention up into the cervical spine, through the back of your neck and up to the base of your skull. And from the base of your skull, draw your awareness up into the middle of your skull, the middle of your brain. And keep drawing that one line of awareness up as though you're bringing the line to be fastened right inside the crown of your head. See this line with your mind's eye, the center line of your body. And then look to the right of this center line. And see only the right side of your body with your mind's eye, keeping your physical eyes relaxed. As you see only the right side of your body, breathe only to the right side of your body. And feel only the right side. Feel your right foot, your right leg, your right hip, the right side of your pelvis, the right side of your torso, your right shoulder, your right arm, your right hand. See the right side of your neck, the right side of your face, and the right side of your head, and feel only the right side of your body. And when you breathe, breathe only to right side. And now look to the left of that line. As you look to the left of your center line, see only the left side of your body. Breathe only to the left side of your body. Feel only left side. Feel your left foot and your left leg, your left hip and the left side of the pelvis, the left side of your belly and the left side of your rib cage, the left shoulder, the left arm, the left hand, the left side of your neck, the left side of your face, your left ear, the left side of your head. See only the left side of your body, feel only the left side of your body, and breathe as though you were only left side. Look to the right of your center line now and see only the right side. See the back of your right side body, see the front of the right side body. See the outer edge of the right side of your body, and draw an outline around that entire outer edge. around your toes, around the outer edges of your feet, your ankles, your shins, the outer knees, the outer thighs, the outer hips, the outside of the lower belly and the lower waistline, the outside of your right ribs, your right armpit. Draw that line of awareness around the right arm and all the way up around the right shoulder. Up into the right side of your neck, your right jaw, your right ear, and the right side of your head. See only the right side of your body and feel only the right side. Breathe as though you were only right side. And then look to the left again. Look at the front of your body, look at the back of your body. Outline your body again with your mind's eye, seeing only the left side, as though the left side were your entire body. Outlining the left toes, the left ankle, the left outer shin, the left outer knee, the left outer thigh, the left outer hip, all the way up into the left side of the lower belly and the waistline, the left side of your rib cage, your left armpit. Wrap those lines of awareness around your left arm, your left hand, and all the way back up to draw those lines of attention around the left side of your neck, the left side of your face, the left side of your head. Seeing only the left side of your body, the front and the back, and outlining only the left side with your mind's eye. Look to the right, see only right side. Feel only right side. Breathe as though you were only the right side. Look to the left, see only the left side. Feel only the left side. Breathe as though you were only the left side. See the right side and feel the right side. See the left side and feel the left side. And then look at the space between left side and right side. It can look like a lot of space or a little space, but whatever space you're finding between left and right, step into this space with your mind's eye and with your awareness, repeating your intention again silently to yourself. See the words as you repeat them. Listen to those words. Feel the feeling behind these words. And then plant these words somewhere in this space between left and right side, as though the fertile ground of the subconscious mind is located within this space. Repeat the words and let them land in the fertile ground of the subconscious mind, located in the space between left and right. Resolve to stay in that space between wakefulness and sleep as well. As we move on to the fourth layer. Now bring greater awareness up into the forehead center. And instead of thinking of your forehead center as the front of your forehead, draw your attention inside the skull, inside the brain, right in line with the front of the center of your forehead, as though you have a chandelier hanging from the crown of your head and you're seated right in the center of that chandelier, gazing at the inside of your skull, at the inside of the center of your forehead. As you gaze at your forehead from the inside, make of this a screen for your mind to place images upon. We'll be placing one image at a time. And as soon as you place it, let it recede so that there is room for the next image. Picture a black horse, a frozen pond, a blue house, a turbulent river, a single red rose, a pile of gold coins, a still sea, purple mountains, snow-covered hills, a midnight sky, a deep blue ocean, a brown fence, a blue-orange campfire, a cabin in the woods. Making sure that your physical eyes are relaxed. With your mind's eye, place the following images on the screen of your mind, as though you're gazing at that screen from the very center of your brain, your forehead center, your Ajna chakra. See a lone palm tree, a woman kneeling in prayer, an orange temple, an ochre robe, a row of yellow sunflowers, a lilac bush, a field of orange poppies, a pasture of green grass, a full moon, a cloudy sky, a silver spoon, a man seated in meditation, the symbol Om, rosary beads, a harbor, a white sandy beach. With your physical eyes relaxed, clearing the images off of the screen of the mind, keep your mind's eye placing these images upon the screen of the mind. Picture a rainbow, the sun in the sky, hands in prayer position, a pile of gold coins, a stack of books, and now picture color itself. Visualize the color red. Paint the red across the screen of the mind. See the color orange. Saturate the screen of your mind with the color orange. Visualize the color yellow, covering the screen of your mind with the color yellow. And now see the color green with your mind's eye and splash this green color across the screen of the mind. See a light blue, a sky blue, and paint this blue color across the screen of your mind. And then visualize a darker indigo blue, saturating the screen of your mind with this color indigo. Visualize violet or purple, draping the screen of your mind with the color purple. And now picture white. See white. And cover the entire screen with this white color, painting over all of the other images to both erase and include all of the other images and all of the other colors that have come before this white color. Making of the screen of your mind now a blank canvas. Now as you look at this screen as a canvas, repeat your sankalpa silently to yourself. See the words. Listen to the words as you repeat them. Feel the feeling, the meaning behind the words. And now begin to visualize these words as though they have already come to fruition. As you start to visualize your intention, put these images upon the canvas of your mind, as though you're creating a piece of art for your mind to cherish. You could also paint the words themselves across this canvas using a paintbrush, a charcoal, crayons, markers with your mind, whatever you'd like to do. But in some way, inscribe these words across the canvas of your mind. Adding images, adding color to those images, adding texture so that the canvas feels like it's a three-dimensional painting. Allow these images to be as alive to your mind as possible, with color and texture and meaning and feeling embedded in these images. And as though you could now stand back and appreciate this work of art you've created with your mind's eye, please put some space between your inner gaze and the canvas of the mind. Repeat your intention silently to yourself. Let these words, the sound and the look and the feel, and the visual image behind these words land in the fertile ground of the subconscious mind, now located somewhere between the third eye gaze and this canvas itself. Repeat your words and let them reverberate in the space between your mind's gaze and what you are gazing upon. Repeat your intention to stay in the space between wakefulness and sleep as we move to our fifth layer of awareness. Bringing your attention now to your heart. As though you could settle in and find a home in the very center of your own heart. Your heart center, your energy center, your Anahata chakra. And simply rest there for a moment. Feel what it feels like to rest your awareness at your heart center. Notice where your heart center is located for you. And know that you can come back to this very central part of your own energy center, your fourth chakra, whenever you need to. And now begin to feel the feelings, even more deliberately and dynamically, that are generated at the heart center. You may start to feel appreciation or compassion, gratitude or joy, love or peace. And without making anything up, just be aware that these feelings, housed in the heart center, become stronger once we start to pay attention to them. So once you get even an inkling of feeling of joy, peace, bliss, gratitude, appreciation, love, peace, here in this part of yourself, this energy center called the heart, begin to let this feeling or these feelings radiate around the heart center to fill up all of the inner space of your body. Radiate these feelings, whatever you feel is cultivated there, whatever you've noticed, and by noticing, you're bringing greater energy toward enhancing and increasing those feelings with your awareness. And there will probably also be a physical sensation that goes along with that more emotional side. The feeling can also expand beyond the confines of the heart center. That physical feeling can expand into all parts of the body. Whenever you need to, you can come back to the very center of your own heart, to that more concentrated feeling, whatever it is, to whatever the sensation is as well. And then slowly let that sensation start to expand again into the space of the inner body, and then start to move it beyond the confines of your skin. This feeling of being centered in your heart, the physical feeling, the more emotional or esoteric feeling, the feeling of being heart-centered, expanding beyond the confines of your skin into the space around your skin, above the body and below the body into the earth, to the left side and to the right side of this room, filling up the entire space of this room, down below you and up above you, to the left side and the right side of the body, even beyond the crown of your head and beyond the soles of your feet. Feel that feeling of being centered in your own heart, and at any time, if you feel like you've expanded that awareness too far beyond the heart center, bring your attention back to the center of your heart, to that more concentrated, more obvious sensation and emotion and esoteric quality that you find at your heart center. And when you feel ready, expand even further into your body, beyond your body, beyond this room, beyond this building or house, or wherever you find yourself. See how far your awareness and the feeling of being centered at your heart can expand. How far does your awareness reach? And can those esoteric qualities, those emotions, and even maybe the sensation expand just as far as your awareness does? Now notice the space between the center of your heart and the furthest most reaches of the heart, the furthest most reaches of your awareness. It may be a little space, it may be a lot of space, but step into this space, the space between the center of your own heart and the furthest most reaches of your heart. And as you step into this space, repeat your intention. See the words, hear the words, feel the meaning behind the words. See the image you've created with the color and the imagery and the texture and that three-dimensional quality to the canvas you've created with your mind. And place this canvas, these words, the meaning and the feeling behind these words, the look of the words. Place all of that into the space between the very center of your heart and the furthest most reaches of your own awareness about and above the heart. And let it land, let these words and the meaning behind these words land in the fertile ground of the subconscious mind. And stay in this space between as you repeat your intention one last time. Seeing the words, hearing the words, feeling the feeling behind the words, seeing very clearly the piece of art you've created, to give imagery to these words and texture. And let these words land in the space between your own heart and wherever you are able to reach your awareness. Letting these words land in the fertile ground of the subconscious mind. Now slowly, slowly start to pull your attention back in, contracting your awareness and concentrating those feelings back in. As this energy starts to step into less space, this energy will feel more obvious. The physical sensation may feel more obvious. Contracting your attention into this building, into this room, into the space around your body, into the skin, into the space of the inner body. And very slowly, but very, again, attentive, bring your attention all the way back to the very center of your own heart. Hold your awareness there for just a few more moments. And now begin to inhale deeply from your heart center, expanding your inhale as far as you can away from your heart, filling up your torso, all the way up to your shoulders, all the way down to your hips. As you exhale, engage your core fairly strongly so that you can find your inner body waking up as well. And take a few more breaths like that. Begin to move the fingers and your toes. Breathe out into your fingers and into your toes. Begin to move your head side to side, breathing up into the neck and the ears, the brain and the crown. Feel the feeling of breathing through the palms of your hands and through the soles of your feet, through the tip of your tailbone and through the crown of your head. Pulling all of your breath back in toward your heart center. And as you exhale, imagine and intend that your exhale is moving back through the back of your heart center and into the ground beneath you. And now please roll to one side into a fetal position. Take your time with this. Take a breath or two into the back of your body now that it is off of the ground and more open to the possibility of breath. After a few rounds of breath here into the back, press yourself up to a comfortable seated pose. With your eyes still closed, bring your hands slowly to your heart center. Draw the crown of your head up toward the heavens. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears. Broaden across the chest as you hug your shoulder blades toward the spine and, more importantly, down toward the lower torso. Take a huge breath in into the entire torso. Again, into the belly, the rib cage, the chest, the hips and the shoulders, the legs and the arms, all the way up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, just let your exhale be a simple letting go of your inhale as you settle into your physical body. Great work. Namaste. Please take your time and don't just run out and jump into a car or start calling people or getting on social media. But just take your time to reacclimate, stepping back into your body with your awareness for at least a few more moments. And namaste.